All right. Good evening. Welcome to another live stream of Geekly Goods Roundup. Leo will be with us later tonight, hopefully. I hope. But for now, I'm Loretto, broadcasting to you from from the San Francisco Bay Area in Northern California. It's a hot summer day. It's finally starting to pick up in heat around here. We got a lot of fun stuff to talk about. The Garfield movie is owning the box office despite low numbers. We have a barking dog in the background. Giancarlo Esposito is confirmed to be in a villainous role for Captain America: Brave New World. That's some exciting news. We also had a popcorn bucket reveal of some provocative and spicy nature. Plus, lots of other great stories tonight. But without further ado, and with the insistence of my puppy over there, let's get in our other co-host, Miss Ileana.
Hi, happy Sunday, and happy Sunday to your puppy. It's valid. We're all excited to be on the show today, so it's okay. We have a live studio audience in front of us tonight.
He's like, bark, bark, see me, hear me.
Exactly. It's valid. I get like that too. Okay, this is a safe space. I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to be back from vacation because I got back from vacation last week, and then a day later went on a 3-day work trip. So I'm back today.
Nice.
And we're just, vibing and jiving.
So you were in Orlando, right? Was it like a business trip? Or were you like hanging out?
The personal trip was the Orlando trip. I went to see my mom and my grandparents. And I went with my fiance and his little sister. So we spent some time with family. We hung out and we had a Disney day. So I spent Memorial Day at Disney. Started the day bright and early at Star Wars at Galaxy's Edge. So that was really fun. We did 4 parks in one day because I'm insane.
Dude, what? Yep. Hold on. Because I've been there. That's hard.
I have a system. And I'm good at it.
Okay. So you know what you're doing. You're a regular.
I know what I'm doing. Oh yeah. Like I'm good at this stuff.
Yeah, you got your schedule, you got your itinerary, you're like, all right. It's about that time.
I got the Lakey Lane going. We're there. We're rope droppers. I'm like,
nice.
This is expensive. You think I'm not going to open and close this joint? You're mistaken. So,
you know what's cool is the what do you call it? Not the ferry, but the thing on the wire.
The monorail. Yeah.
No, not the monorail. The one that goes. Yes, that thing is awesome.
I did it all, baby.
Yeah, no, when you go to the Skyliner, it hits like not Animal Kingdom, it hits the Disney
Epcot.
Studios, and it's all right there. Epcot, yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, everything's connected. So I just literally, quick. This is turned into a Disney adult tips.
Right.
We started a day Hollywood Studios. We did Star Wars in like 2.5 hours. We did everything.
Nice.
Because it was early. So not that many people did Rise of Resistance. It was awesome.
And that park is tiny. You can literally do that.
It is so small. We literally did all the big rides in 3 hours. So by lunchtime, we were already on the Skyliner, off to Epcot, had lunch at Epcot. Epcot was busy, so we just kind of walked around. I drank a bit, had a funnel cake.
Wait, did you not do Guardians, or have you ridden it before?
I've been on Guardians, but we missed the virtual queue because it's so hard to get on that ride.
I am a pro at that.
Dude,
I always get in line. I always get in line.
I failed 3 times. I kept going with the virtual queue and I didn't make it. I'm like, you know what? It's not happening today, guys. But we did everything else.
Nice.
So we even got on Tron, which I hadn't even been on yet. So we went on Tron. We did everything. So we did that. We were at Epcot, hopped on a bus to Animal Kingdom. We did the safari. We did Mount Everest. We did the dinosaur. We did this. We did that. We went to we went back to Hollywood Studios. Moved the car.
Oh my god! Wow.
So by 6:30 p.m., we were already in Magic Kingdom. Magic Kingdom was empty. So
wow, I'll just say
we spent the rest of the night there.
That's amazing.
So we had a bomb ass time. That's been my week, and I got tan for the first time in a minute. I'm no longer pasty.
Nice.
So yeah, did that. Had a lot of fun, and I got to see. I don't know if this is a segue into what we saw last week because I did this over vacation.
Oh yeah,
I got to see Furiosa.
I
got to see Furiosa. I saw it with my mom. We had a grand old time. Needs more Furiosa though. Not gonna lie.
We'll dig in just a moment. Before that, I want to say what's up to Novice Cinephile, our boy Mike. He's saying finally got ready. Leo, no, don't say it. Don't say it. No, Leo needs to attend to something, but hopefully he'll join us shortly. Hopefully before the stream ends. But with that being said, let's jump into our first segment of the night. Oh, that never gets old. All right, let's dig in. As you were saying, you saw Furiosa, and you have thoughts.
I do have thoughts. I had a great time. First of all, I got the big ass cup. I left it with my mom in Orlando, so she is enjoying her Furiosa cup now for her big water, intake. But yeah, we went to see it at a bigger screen. It wasn't an IMAX theater because we went a theater that was 5 minutes away from my grandma's house. But at least we went to the premium format at that theater. So had a grand old time. But I gotta say, we were really shocked when we checked our watches and it was an hour in and Anya Taylor-Joy was nowhere to be found. Shocked.
I had the same exact thought. I was like, what? Where is my girl?
In that same It's bad. Like that first act, like the story is fun, you know, the shots are great, but I'm like, what are we doing? Where's my baby girl? And I really was. No, I'm really sad to report, guys, that in Sleepy Deltona, Florida, that movie theater was empty. There was like 10 of us opening weekend Saturday night. So I don't know how the box office is doing on Furiosa, but
So what's up, G Colby? He's saying you were trying to boost the box
I
office,
was trying. I was
but no
trying,
one
I
else
guess.
was.
No, no one else was. I was really actually my shoulders hurt from carrying the box office on my two shoulders. You know what? No, now I think about it, I didn't pay for it. My mom paid.
So me and Leo touched on it briefly last week, but I'm glad that I can kind of go more in depth with you. And you know
Yeah,
what's interesting is I have very similar thoughts. Like,
for sure.
it's not a bad movie. It's
No.
not a bad movie, but it's definitely not Fury Road. And it's definitely like its own thing. Like, I think this was more character driven versus action driven. And I think that is why some people feel the way they do about it. Me personally, I actually really like it.
Mhm.
However, I do think we spent way too much with young Furiosa.
For
And
sure.
you know that like way too much. Like I liked seeing the mom and I liked seeing her like leaving her home, but it
Spoiler
just took
alert, guys, it's been a week. Anyone who's watched it or is gonna watch it has already seen it. Look at those
well,
numbers.
to be fair, I'm talking about the first act, and you guys know she's gonna grow up to be Anya Taylor-Joy, so I'm not spoiling
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah,
But what
that's
I
true.
mean is, you know, Anya Taylor-Joy is a bona fide star. I love her. I wanted more of her, and not to spoil anything, but there's some relationships that she had that I wanted more developed, and I think we should have spent more time with her and her relationships in the movie, and because that was like my
100%.
favorite part. If you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
So.
no, the chemistry, bro. Hello. What was it? I also saw the Fall Guy last night. The sexy bacon.
Mm, mm,
That's what it
mm.
was. I needed more. I needed the sauce. And we spent way too much time like Nava Cinephile says. Like Baby Furiosa, yes, she was good, but we did not need to spend an hour with her. Like we
So,
could have cut the cameras.
like Mike was saying, Baby Furious was great, though. Yeah, she was awesome, but we spent half the film with her. It's like we're trying to figure out how she becomes Charlize Theron. Like, I don't know. I just like like you don't spend Spider-Man with like all Peter Parker and then you bring him in the final act. No, like he needs to become Spider-Man at some point. Like,
No, yeah, I was literally sitting there just like my mom. I mean, I was thinking it, and my mom leaned over and was like, "Is it? What happens to Anya?" So I found out recently. My mom loves Anya Taylor Joy because she didn't know that she spoke Spanish. She's like, "Ella es
yeah,
Argentina." Yeah, okay, yeah, I know that, but that's cool for
yeah.
you.
He's like
So
hella fluent because I can't remember what is
She's
her
she
background.
grew up. Her parents are English, but she grew up in Argentina. So she's
There you
fluent in
go.
Spanish. So that's why she does
Yeah.
interviews in Spanish, and that's why the Latinos, are behind that we got her back.
Yeah.
So,
No, I saw her do that and I was like,
uh-huh.
she
No,
was like
and she's
hella,
so my
hella
mom,
fluent.
God
I was
bless
like,
her.
wow.
Yeah. Yeah. When she was talking, she is more fluent than so many like Latinas in Hollywood. No shade, but just a little bit. That when I don't remember who it was, I think it was like at some awards show where she was like introducing her husband. It's like, "Hola, y este es mi marido." Y yo, oh my god, she's so formal. Oh my god, she is elegant. She's formal. She used the formal usted. Y yo, oh, okay. And then the other girlies around her, I think it was Jenna Ortega. She was like, like,
I know
you know
Jenna's
what?
probably
I
like,
get it.
what?
I get it. We all come from the different backgrounds, but it tickles me to no end to hear
Yeah.
Anya speak Spanish. So coming back to Furiosa, we had we became the old guy Muppets in the theater. You're just like, where the hell is Anya Taylor Joy? Like, this is fine and dandy, but there was a certain point in that first act that we could have cut. We could have cut to. Like, I know we were getting like kind of this, I guess, apocalyptic political stage setup, which I get with the whole Dementis and like this conflict and the council and all this. Could have done it. This could have been an email.
Wow.
And I'm not saying in a David Lynch kind of way, like, why the hell does, who cares if the scene is too long? I'm just saying that we had so many other awesome scenes between, acts 2 and 3. Bang, bang, bing, bang, boom. We needed more of that. And we
Absolutely.
needed more time with that because, man, those car chases, George Miller's got the sauce.
Yeah.
We know that. And I don't know, I just wanted to see more of that. Not necessarily like, I'm not saying, oh, we should have had more action. I just wanted more time with the character that I was advertised. Because if this was her prequel at this age, we already understand why she wants revenge so bad. This already happened in the first act. After that, there's like half an hour of, I hate to say it, but filler that we could have condensed just a little bit just so that we can get to her and her like you mentioned, her relationships and her her major character development happens in her young adulthood, not when she's a child. So it really just genuinely fell flat for me because of that. Because other than that, beautiful, great,
Yes,
like
absolutely.
impressive,
Like George
very
Miller's
cool.
still,
He's
he's still
still
got
got
the
it.
cinematic touch.
It feels like a movie, a real movie.
Yeah, it was definitely an event picture, and I think some people just didn't care to see it, unfortunately. But I wanted to say hats off to Tom Burke, who played Praetorian Jack. I'm
Yeah.
not familiar with Tom Burke, but you have my
I was not
attention, sir.
familiar with his game, but let
Praetorian
me
Jack,
tell
he kind of stole the show
you.
for me. And also, I want to give Chris Hemsworth his flowers because, people are like, oh, he's just a funny guy, whatever. He likes Thor, he's Thor, and he's this
I
and
don't
that.
know, it was kind of brutal.
Yeah, no, he was really dark here. And the final act, especially, like the final, I don't know what you want to call it,
I
but the
want
final
them back.
moments with him and Furiosa, I think, were just, he really was acting. They were doing it. And I actually liked it a lot more than I'm putting on, but I agree with you. It's a little overlong, and we could have got to where we got faster, for sure.
Yes. I think we could have turned up the turbo a little bit. Or what was it, the Bobby knocker? We could have turned on the Bobby knocker a little sooner.
That
Just a
was
little sooner.
awesome.
That
That
was
was awesome.
brutal. I
I
loved it. No.
jumped out of my seat. I was like, the Bobby knocker. Oh, that was great. And with that being
Yeah.
said, I do want to jump into the news, but before we do so, I just want to tell all the other Star Trek heads, the Trekkies out there, live long and prosper. I finally saw Star Trek Discovery for the first time. Saw the first season this week. That's all I've been watching, if I'm being honest. Yeah, G Cole, we got it. G Cole, we got it. I'm not gonna spoil who said what, but do you have it in you to make it epic? Oh my goodness. But yeah, hats off to Sonequa Martin Green, who I remember from The Walking Dead as Sasha. God, she's amazing as Michael Burnham. And of course, I love Michelle Yeoh. I've loved her since Police Story 3. That is my queen. And I just didn't know. I didn't know about Discovery, guys. And I'm loving it. I can't wait to finish. The series finale was on Thursday, which I was trying to catch up to you, but I didn't realize the episodes were an hour long. It's taking me so long.
It's thick. It's a thick series. That's
Yeah,
why,
and then
like, we were just talking about it. I saw the first season when it came out, and I didn't have time to keep up.
yeah,
It's
and so the first season is
heavy.
15 episodes. That's like 15 hours. I thought it'd be like 10. Maybe I can get into season 2. I was
CBS, baby. Cable television.
Anyways, but I just wanted to say I'm rocking the Starfleet right now. This is the classic Spock shirt, by the way. I'm a big Trekkie right now. I kind of jumped on the bandwagon late, but I am Team Star Trek. Team Star Trek over Star Wars, but that's a conversation for another time.
You guys
You're
also
like,
have way more. It's fine. No, because you know what? You guys got sauce. You got way more material, to be fair. And you have a lot of consistent material. So I get
yeah,
it. It's not for me
yeah,
because it's a lot to me. Like we were talking about earlier, it's like to me, Star Trek as like a world is very overwhelming to me, and I've tried to get into it. And like I'll watch some of the classic movies, I'll watch like Star Trek Discovery, and I'll enjoy it. But it doesn't. I think my brain is just not programmed to just really dive in quite yet. But it has sauce. And you know what? Star Trek, far more radical than Star Wars.
Oh, absolutely. No, and ever since the
100%.
beginning, they've been kind of like pushing for diversity and interesting like
Mhm.
thematical choices, and that they've been like that since Shatner and Leonard Nimoy in the 60s.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
Christian
I have
Hubbard,
mad
welcome to the
respect.
show. He says Discovery is absolute
Hey!
peak. Hell yes.
Welcome to the
Mike,
show,
he's showing
Hubbard.
love. Mike says Strange New Worlds also rocks. I'm gonna go right into that after
That one I
Discovery
haven't seen.
because I'm a huge Lower Decks fan, and I heard there's some Lower Decks stuff in Strange New Worlds. So, and he says check over Star Wars 2. Hell yeah, Mike! Hell yeah, Mike! I'm not alone.
Lo is amongst his people in this evening.
Yes, this is perfect. But before we get completely off the rails, Leo's probably
Yeah.
like, "What is going on?"
He's like, what the hell
Um,
have these people done to my show?
let's get to the meat and potatoes, y'all. All right, all right, all right. So, surprise, surprise. Let's check this box office pulse. The Garfield movie. The Garfield movie has taken the number one spot in
I was
its
gone for 1 week. What happened? Second weekend?
in its second weekend, not its first, in its second weekend. The Garfield movie takes number one with 14 million domestic. Nobody went to the movies this week. If in Furiosa, Mad Max Saga tied for number two with 10.8 mil. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is hanging on, but they only pulled in about 8.8 at 4. And The Fall Guy is hanging around, but they didn't even make 5 mil. They were like at 4.02 something.
Hanging on for dear
So,
life.
yeah, so the summer box office has not arrived like I thought it did. I thought it arrived with Planet of the Apes, and no one's watching movies right now. And to be fair, the box office is always like it's very friendly with like family friendly films, and Garfield is just a movie people are going to see right now, and I don't have any interest in it, unfortunately, and no offense to Chris Pratt and the filmmakers and all that, but I just didn't think it looked that good, if I'm being honest. But
I
Ileana, you were at the
and
you
heard him.
were at the theater. You were like the only ones watching Furiosa. Are you surprised by this, or is this just the norm right now? Like,
I don't know, because for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes that I saw the weekend before Furiosa, theater was packed. Like I mentioned it like 2 weeks ago. Theater here was packed for challengers. Like people want to go to the movies, but they want to see good movies. Also we had a holiday weekend last weekend, and I think at least here, a lot of people were at the beach. A lot of
there
people
you go.
it's start of the
Yeah,
start of summer activities, you're
doing
outside.
vacay mode, going out of town. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Like
Nobody went to the
I
movies.
went out of town. I honestly the outlier, because I went out of town and I went to the movies, but it's because like I went out of town to go visit my mom, and my mom and I decided to go see a movie. So I don't know. I think that's also kind of the vibe that I'm getting here. So I'm not entirely shocked, but I am surprised that Garfield, of all things, had this much pull, because at least perhaps again, my bias, I'm not the target audience. I feel like Furiosa had a lot more promo for it than Garfield.
Yeah,
Furiosa had hella marketing, and it's not pulling it. I think it's just the concept of it.
yeah,
It's just the concept of a prequel for a movie that perhaps didn't really need it.
yeah.
It's just one of
And
those things.
honestly, it had a lot of things going against it. Me and Leo talked about this last week, and it's like it's
Mhm.
R-rated, it's
That's
post-apocalyptic,
true.
it's
Yeah.
not it's not exactly like uplifting or funny. It's just it is what
It's
it
just
is. George Miller
brutal.
gives you the dark, somber fantasy he creates in his mind, and you just have to deal with it. Like,
You just gotta deal with it. And you know what? I was strapped in. I smoked the gasoline. We're in for a good time. Like I get it. I'm there with you, Georgie. But Not everybody was on that train.
Exactly.
So
Like
I get
you know,
it,
you either
but
you
bam.
ride shiny and chrome and go into Valhalla with him, or you don't.
Exactly. You gotta commit to the bit because he will. Like if we're in that theater, like that's it's that or go home. So
Yeah,
it does it do you know, I think genuinely it doesn't surprise me that it's not number one, but it does surprise me that it's not number one at this level. Like
right.
this little money.
It doesn't have any
So
competition, and Garfield in his second week. Like,
yeah. Yeah.
so Mike's saying theaters are cooked, and I agree. I mean, to more or less, I agree. But did I think it was gonna get this bad? No.
No, I genuinely think that the theaters are gonna not cook. To me, I think is with Deadpool and Wolverine. I think that's gonna be the tent pole of the summer,
Right.
money wise, box office wise. I think that's what people are really looking forward to, despite it being R rated. Because I feel like there's also a much younger audience that is also into these characters.
Right. And Colby had an interesting comment. He said, "If is surprisingly staying strong. I agree. It's looking to make about double its budget, and audiences are loving it. So that's cool because look, I'm gonna be honest. Again, I wasn't really interested in If. I didn't. The trailer didn't grab me, and look, I like John Krasinski, but I just didn't
Mhm.
really see anything about it that I was into. But hey,
You're
people
not the
like it.
target.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not the target for
One of
this
those
film,
things.
but yeah, but it's doing well. And oh hey, Dragon Movie Guy, welcome to the show. He's loving it,
Welcome.
and he said Garfield Furiosa is far weaker than Barbenheimer. Look, that is a
Garfield.
moment in history that we all experienced and witnessed, and we will never see it again. I'm
Nope.
calling it. As much as Hollywood wants Barbenheimer to happen again, they won't. They won't.
Barbenheimer wasn't manufactured. It was organic. And I think it's the one accomplishment film Twitter has under its belt and nothing else.
Damn, Colby's calling me heartless. Hey man, I don't know. Look, I'm not saying they can't have imaginary friends. I'm just saying I wasn't into the concept. Damn.
Colby's saying you didn't like Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. I swear to God.
Well, to be fair, okay, look, again, that wasn't my generation, but you guys can have Fosters. It's okay. It's okay.
It's a good
You can have that
show.
without.
It's a good show.
Yeah, I mean, it looks cool. um, Christian Hubbard said his 11-year-old niece loved If, hated Garfield. And here's one thing I'll say before we move on, because I don't want to talk about Garfield all night, but from what I understand, it kind of deviated from the source material, and like there's Garfield fans that aren't happy with this film. So
There's
that to
Garfield
me,
fans?
like,
Right.
did you, are you laughing at the Garfield fans?
There's Garfield fans?
There is. It used to be
Wow,
like a comic
okay.
strip. It's like this is like Peanuts.
I know
Like,
that. Oh, that you know what? Yeah, that's That's fair. That's fair.
like
That's fair.
Peanuts and like Snoopy and Garfield, they have a following, even though
That's true.
we don't know it. It's not my world, but it's there. It's
Yeah.
somewhere in the universe.
It's a niche.
But see, when I heard that Garfield movie wasn't faithful to the source material, that for me says maybe
Sad.
this movie just isn't going to work for me. So, because I heard like it's kind of catering to its kid audience, and I don't think that's a good thing, especially for mainstream animation family films. So, you got to give us more. Animation's a tough market right now. So. Colby
Oh
says they weren't happy with it
dear.
the moment they cast Chris Pratt. Look, I like Chris Pratt too, but I don't think he's Garfield.
I think Chris Pratt is just one of those actors that keeps getting cast in voice acting roles, and he's not a voice actor.
Yeah.
It's just
And I think
not it.
people are
It's just
overestimating his draw.
very Yeah.
Like they're
Yeah, I
overestimating
think
how much of a star he is. He's a star, but he's
I
not like
think
Tom Cruise.
exactly, because I think I understand the draw with, say, the Guardians franchise, Guardians of the Galaxy, but I don't think the draw is Chris Pratt. I think the draw is the characters. It's
Oh,
Guardians of the
absolutely.
Galaxy. It's not, oh, Chris
Absolutely.
Pratt's in it, I gotta go see it. That's not that. He is not
Tell that to
that.
passengers.
I will never forget the $10 I paid to see that movie on a Sunday morning at the theater, and
You
it
see what I'm
was
saying?
bad. Bad. Never
What's up,
forget it.
JHC10? He said you got to give Gramps something to watch. I bet you Gramps likes Garfield.
And I bet you he didn't like this. He was the one that was Garfield fans. I was mad.
Exactly.
Supposed to
But
make
with
a
that being
comedy
said,
this
we do
movie.
got some other stuff to get into. But look,
Let's get
you know,
into it.
we're kind of like beating a dead horse at this point. Cinemas will never be the same, and until we get more stronger mainstream releases for the audiences, this summer's looking, it might not be that good.
A little
So
iffy. A little
it's gonna
iffy.
be hit and miss for sure. So let's dive in. We're gonna enter the realm of the MCU once again. Giancarlo Esposito's role in Captain America: Brave New World is confirmed to be a villainous one. We also have some other reports from our good friend Leo, Mr. Geekly Goods himself, saying that there's a lot of extensive reshoots happening with Captain America: Brave New World, but not as much as I think it was the Marvels. And the budget
Okay.
should be a lot lower, and hopefully that can get this movie at least back on track, because the Marvel's budget is really what killed it. But despite all the controversy swarming around it, it's just its
Right.
budget was way out of control.
Yeah.
But I love Giancarlo Esposito, going back to like Do the Right Thing, and then over the years he kind of grew into a very niche character actor who was just badass and brutal. And he was in The Mandalorian as Moff Gideon. He's in Breaking Bad. This guy's a legend. How do you feel about this role for him, and how do you feel about Brave New World in general?
I I have some thoughts. I've had a couple of thoughts on this movie given the characters. I think a lot of issues with it given recent events. I can understand why people are not looking forward to this movie because of a certain character from a certain country that is a little bit controversial right now.
That is
That's
a
I don't
whole other conversation,
That's
but
a
yeah.
can of worms, and that's why
Yes.
I'm not really looking forward to this movie if they don't handle that well, because that's just um it feels out of touch. It doesn't feel very tasteful, and I think I don't know. It's not shocking to me that Giancarlo Esposito is being cast as a villain because I think that's just kind of what he's typecast as. And, he's great at it. He's also good at like comedic roles too. Like he's good at other things as he's genuinely a very good actor.
That's why
Um
I brought up Do the Right Thing, because he's
yeah,
hilarious
he's
in
because
that.
he's so funny. He's
He's
got
like
so
so
much
animated.
charisma. He's a
Yes.
very animated person. So I think give him a chance. God damn. But I
Oh,
digress.
and
I
real
think
quick,
this
I have a deep cut for
yeah.
you. Have you ever seen Nothing to Lose with Martin Lawrence?
Wait.
Martin
This is
Lawrence and Tim
this is
Robbins, and
scratch.
like they like
I
rob like
probably have.
they like
Wait.
commit robberies, and they get chased by John C. McGinley and Giancarlo Esposito, and he plays the funniest thug you will ever see.
Oh my god. Okay, I haven't seen it, but I feel like I've seen clips of it, like, probably on
It's
Twitter
so
somewhere.
good. You have
Saw
to
it on the
check it out
TV.
sometime,
Oh my
especially if you
god,
like Martin
yeah.
Lawrence.
I do, I do. I remember man, I grew up, watching Martin Lawrence in a couple of movies, actually. Like, he was in also, like, a lot of family movies or, like, comedies.
But yeah, you
But
were
yeah,
saying?
I
Sorry,
think
I just had to bring
yeah,
that up because
no, no,
he's
it's true.
so funny in that movie.
No, Giancarlo Esposito is really funny. I think he's a great actor. I think he's just gonna eat up this role as he usually does, especially in The Boys. He's also great in The Boys. But yeah, I think this I have a bit of an ick with this movie because like of other things, that whole other conversation I'm not gonna get into right now. So yeah, I think this despite Giancarlo's fan base and people really, really liking him and liking him as a villain, I don't know if this is enough to really pull in an audience for Brave New World. I think Brave New World is going to have a really, really big challenge at the box office.
It took Mike way too long to realize that was him and Do the Right
Really?
Thing.
I mean,
I'm just
shit,
saying,
he was young. It was 30
yeah,
years
when you go
ago.
back, his face is there, but he's super young, super
Yeah,
young.
no, he was very, very boy. Like he was very boyish, like boyish charm.
And I think my thing here is, I mean, I can't really speak too much on the controversy about that one character, but I feel bad for Anthony Mackie
I do
because
too.
I was so happy for him to take on the mantle and for him to be the star of his own Captain America film. And of course, it's getting littered with controversy already over this and that, over Falcon's costume, over
Mhm.
that character that we won't speak of right now. And then,
Mhm.
it sucks because I think there's things that I like like that has going for it. Like Harrison Ford probably going to be Red Hulk. I
Yeah.
mean, that'll
No,
be
for
cool.
sure. Yeah.
So it just sucks that I was really hoping like Anthony Mackie's Captain America, his Sam Wilson. I was hoping it would be more celebrated, and it's just right now it's just like it's a lot of like
it's
negative
the
energy.
nature. I think it's also the nature of the direction they've wanted to take this character since
Yeah,
Falcon and Winter Soldier, because Falcon and Winter Soldier also had some really, really valid criticisms. And it's that whole it's really romanticizing the militarization
yeah,
of things a bit, and Marvel
absolutely.
is guilty of doing this in a lot of films, Captain Marvel being one of them, unfortunately. So I think people are already saying that this movie's plot is probably going to be some villain that makes total sense and it's just anti-capitalist, and especially now in this political climate, and they're going to be like, oh no, but they're extremists or something. They're trying to make a good guy seem like a bad guy, sort of a way. Kind of a little bit what happened with Killmonger in that first Black Panther movie, where people are like, hey, this guy's like not saying anything that's
Yeah,
super crazy or out of place, but they just made him an extremist and painted him out to be the bad guy. So I
yeah.
think it's one of those things that really taints the legacy that Anthony Mackie's Captain America could have had or could have,
Yeah.
because of Marvel trying to, touch on the military side of their universe. I think that's what really kind of brings it down. It's really unfortunate, and it's
Exactly.
nothing new. But right now, with everyone's eyes on, especially on media and social media right now, and kind of everyone's becoming more socially conscious, which is a good thing, about the media that they consume and the media that who produces it. So yeah, it's gonna be a really big challenge for this movie.
So G Colby's hopeful. He hopes it's good.
That's
Uh,
Yeah, I really hope so.
and the Dragon movie guy is saying, fans are in a wait and see mode, but he's like feeling like, should he be defending the MCU? And I would say, absolutely. I mean, if it's something you care about, I've been watching this since day
For
one.
sure.
I love Marvel, despite, people saying this and that. Every fandom has issues. As go see Star Wars, even Star Trek.
Mhm.
Every fandom has its issues, but
Mhm.
I think the main thing is the MCU has a track record of quality films, and there's an expectation to be had there. And I think that's the biggest thing. I mean, all biases aside, all the
Mhm.
Snyder stuff aside, like anything you want to add to the fire of comic
Don't
book,
say that too loud.
I know, anything you want to add about comic book divisiveness, fandom divisiveness, all we need is quality product.
Yeah.
And hopefully this film is what we want it to be, because I think Anthony Mackie deserves it. I think, the characters deserve it. His character, Sam Wilson, deserves it. So
Yeah, for sure. And I think he deserves a good movie, and he deserves a conscious movie, because I do like how Falcon and Winter Soldier didn't erase color. It's like, oh, we don't see color. Like, no, it does acknowledge, the social impact and the racial issues around surrounding his being Captain America, because it does try to touch on him being a black man in America and what that entails. So
yeah.
I really hope that we don't forget that. Not that it's centered around that, but I don't know. I just I There's so many moving parts here that could go wrong because somebody is just, not well read enough, or somebody just, didn't think of that. And I don't know, it's a touchy subject. So and also I think Marvel fans, MCU fans, I think we're more excited over Fantastic Four than this, to be quite honest.
And that's what sucks. Like, that's unfortunate that we feel that way, but that's just like I
Yeah,
said, it's the energy that's surrounding this film. It's just the
correct.
vibe right now. And look at
Mhm.
Mike. Mike has 2 films in his top 10, but he has no interest in seeing this. And that
And
sucks.
it's not because of Anthony Mackie, because I think, again, he is great. He is charismatic. I think he's a great actor. He's a good Captain America. He's just hasn't been supported. I don't think he's been supported with good screenwriting. I think he hasn't been supported with a good production. Falcon and Winter Soldier is not a great series compared to the other Disney Plus Marvel series that are out there. And again, he just deserves better. I think he deserves better.
Absolutely. But I am a MCU defender. I'm not a shill like people like to say, but I support what's happening here, and I think we'll be okay. But we won't know until we know, right? So
Yeah, wait and see.
all right, and this was pretty fun. Moana 2 just released their first official teaser. I have thoughts about this because from what I heard, like word around the campfire was they were developing a Moana series, and then out of nowhere, I don't know if it was Dwayne The Rock Johnson pushing for it or what, because I know there's a live action Moana on its way, and I think this is a good thing about Disney pushing this series and this franchise and this product. I think it's great, especially for the Polynesian Islands and all the Pacific Islanders. I think that's awesome, but I just hope that Moana 2 isn't just like they took what was the show and recycled it into a film. I really hope it doesn't feel like that. I hope it feels like a fleshed out story. But with that being said, the teaser did put a smile on my face. I loved the first Moana. Just seeing all our characters, hey, and goodness gracious, what's the pig's name?
Oh my god, I was thinking that pig in Moana.
I was gonna say, but anyways, it's just yes, Pua. Well, to be fair, Pua was barely in the first movie. He was a cameo.
Yep. And now
Hey had more screen time. But before I pass this to you, Ileana, the man of the hour, the reason why we're here, Mr. Geekly Goods himself, Leo's back in the building.
Go. What up, y'all?
What up? What up?
Sorry, I'm so late. Apologies.
Hey, it's all good, brother. I'm glad you're here. So right now we're talking about Moana 2. Well, shoot. You haven't been on in a while, so let's get. How do you feel about the teaser, man? You see it?
Yeah, checked it out, guys, and I gotta say something. And maybe I am in the minority here. I can kind of tell it looked like it was made for Disney Plus. Listen, I don't want to say the animation is cheap because it certainly is not, but like there's some kind of quality to it that I was like, I don't know, this feeling kind of Timon and Pumbaa show for Lion King. B plus add-on. I don't know, and I don't want to say anything against the animators or make the animators feel like they did not put in enough work, because this is fine work. It's wonderful work, but something about the quality, y'all, I don't know what it is. Maybe they shouldn't have told me at all that it is made for D+, because now knowing that, maybe that added to the psyche, but something in it just makes me feel like made for D+. However, the animation does look stellar. I'm a little upset Lin-Manuel Miranda ain't back. He's working on the live action. I'm like, dude, nah, y'all, the move here, pull him off that. Have him go make songs for this one, man. This is your bread and butter. The animated style should be the bread and butter. The live action stuff should be the follow-up. So I'm like, okay, get Lin-Manuel Miranda. They got The Rock and they got the original Moana actress back. They need Lin-Manuel Miranda and everybody else involved in that first one. Come on now.
Absolutely. And Dragon Movie Guy is saying he's fingers crossed this isn't another Lightyear. He's looking forward to it. Mike's saying they did rework the show into a film. Hopefully it works.
What up, y'all?
Welcome.
Welcome,
Braylon. How you doing?
He's in
Colby said Leo's talking that shit.
He came in hot tonight.
Leo's talking that shit tonight.
It looks good, though. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to sound like I say it.
Oh, I love it. I love it when Leo comes in with a hot take.
It's not that it looks bad. I'm like, I just don't. I just get a little vibe of that made for D+. Like it was like Moana's parents were like watching her in the teaser go off, and I was like, there's the end of an episode. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I got the episodic feel.
Right. And that was my thought too before you came on, Leo. I just hope that they make this feel like a film. I just hope they really figure that out. But Ileana, I think you were more on the positive side, right?
Well, here's the thing. I didn't know, or I forgot completely that it was originally going to be a series. So I thought normal. Like I was like vibing with it. That first shot, and seeing that texture in the sand and the animation just be really, really shimmery. I really liked it. I was like, "Oh, this looks nice." And the rest of it, I didn't. It just genuinely didn't stand out as cheap to me, or as maybe made for TV. But now that you guys mention it, maybe, perhaps I don't want to say
cheap. Like I hate to say like cheap. Like I don't want
let's say middle class. Let's
just
just say
kind of like
average.
one little notch
Shake
down
Shack.
a bit. You
Shake
know?
Shack, not steak.
Low dipped out.
Gag. But yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's put a smile on my face, just like it did with Lo. I really do enjoy the first Moana. I'm not mad that Lin-Manuel is not back.
I know, Mike. I know. I think there's something.
Minute and 44 seconds, and Leo is heated.
Colby's like, he's Lin-Manuel'd out.
Me too. So that's my point that I'm getting at here. Me too. Because I listen. I can say this, I'm Puerto Rican. I think Lin-Manuel fatigue is real. And I think that man is spread hella thin. He's spread way too thin. And I don't know if I was gonna be able to handle another like kid-friendly little rap sequence like we got in the Little Mermaid last year. I
Hey,
wasn't gonna be able to do it. I just
hey,
wasn't.
you
I
don't
didn't
talk. You
have
don't
it in
talk about
me.
the scuttlebutt. The scuttlebutt was fire.
Hey, the scuttlebutt. Yeah, the
That's-
gossip, the buzz. Hey, that was the jam, dog.
We are here for the scuttlebutt, man.
Me and Lo
I
were
may not
at
be a hater like
SDCC at the
Kendrick, but
sing-along.
boy, do I try.
Me and Lo were at the sing along at SDCC singing that damn scuttlebutt.
Not for me.
Oh.
Not for me, y'all. Not for
But
me.
yeah, anyways,
I can do without another. Nope.
So
I can do without another scuttlebutt.
So,
I can.
I
do
didn't ditch you guys. I
more.
ran away because I wanted to show you guys something. Look,
Woo.
I hope this works out, but I love whales. It's my ode to Star Trek 4, and
He's such a Trekkie, y'all. Look at him. Got the
No, we had a whole moment here. Let him be a Trekkie. This is a safe space.
Okay, Star
But-
Wars or Trek, Lo?
We had this conversation. We just talked about
Team
this.
Trek, baby. Team Trek.
See, now they're gonna.
We just
now
lost
they're gonna
Leo.
think
I'm
we're just
sorry.
trying to kick Leo out.
Oh, man, we
these
just-
are the
oh, man.
accusations. These are the
But,
accusations
I-
happening.
Sorry, I'm like, we're getting off the rails again. But no, look, I just saw that whale in the trailer, and I don't know how much it's gonna play in the story, but anytime you got whales is a good thing, whether it's space whales in Star Wars Rebels or Star Trek, man,
Ahsoka.
Avatar, The Way of Water. I love it, man. I love whales. So yes, that's a positive sign for me.
Is that a Star Trek reference?
Both. So
Oh, the
In Star
whales
Trek-
from Ahsoka and Rebels?
yeah,
Mhm.
the
Okay.
space whales in Star Wars Rebels and Ahsoka, and then also in Star Trek, whales literally saved the Earth. It was awesome. But anyways,
Whales are impressive creatures.
yes. And I'm not gonna lie, I loved Way of Water. I loved Avatar Way of Water, and that
Mhm.
the whale was everything, man. That was cool.
The whale
That was so
great,
cool.
bruh.
So
Needed more whale.
Speaking of Star Wars, I gotta tell y'all a little something about that acolyte. That was a heck
What's
of a
up?
show, man. I'm liking it
Excited.
so far, man. Great martial arts choreography. Yeah,
I can't wait.
martial arts and Star Wars. I was like, oh. Yeah,
Hey,
and
so-
now I'm like perked.
I know what you're talking
You're
about because I saw a sneak peek after Phantom Menace. They re-released Phantom Menace, and then afterwards they showed like an extensive fight scene after the credits.
Carrie
And
Moss. Oh,
It
my
was
God.
awesome. It was
Hell
awesome.
yeah.
I was like, is this the fucking Matrix and Star Wars crossed over?
Captain,
Okay,
there be
that sounds
whales here.
yummy.
This guy gets it. I like this guy. Dragon movie guy. Hell
Oh
yeah.
Dragon movie guy?
God.
Hello, good to see you.
Welcome to
And by the way, Leo, Mike said this is a Trek chat, so
damn. Coming in hot tonight.
I
Good
know.
Lord.
All right, well, let's get back on track, you guys. And let's hopefully this brings Leo back. So
Now I'm
Mike
gonna leave.
Flanagan,
Ew.
the Mike Flanagan, will write, direct, and produce a radical new take on The Exorcist in a new film for Blumhouse Studios. This is awesome, and look, no offense, David Gordon Green, no offense, but look, Believer wasn't it, guys. I liked some things about it, but David Gordon Green's been on a kind of a downslide since the end of Halloween Kills. So look, this is what they should have did in the first place. I don't think Believer even should have happened. Like, I don't understand how that got greenlit, and then they're gonna backpedal and do this. This just feels silly. However, as someone that really likes Mike Flanagan's work, I mean, this is exciting. I just watched The Fall of House of Usher. I just saw The Haunting of Hill House last year for the first time, and
Really?
yeah.
Haunting of Hill House is.
Did you see how she like sat up? She was
So-
like,
I was like, you just
Really?
You got that one up quick.
Yeah, so look,
Hill House is one of the greatest pieces of horror like media
yes,
ever.
and I agree. It's just I was late to the
Period.
party. I'm sorry, I was late to the party, but yo,
But welcome.
that-
It's okay. We still got some drinks.
yes, it was one of the greatest shows I've ever seen. Honestly, Haunting of Hill House from start to finish was so fulfilling, and it totally wrapped up all of its loops and told a beautiful intertwining story with all the siblings and
It
all that. And oh my god, it was so
haunts
good, so good. But yeah, let me throw this to you, Ileana. Are you a fan of like his work, and how do you feel about just the Exorcist franchise in general? Because I feel like this kind of like the demonic possession thing's been done to death, but I'm curious how Mike Flanagan will handle it. You know,
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing with Mikey. Okay.
Mikey, huh?
Yeah. Here's the thing. And don't get me wrong. Like, I haven't seen all of his work, but I have seen most of his Netflix series. I just see Fall of House of Usher, obviously Haunting of Hill House. The one, I forget the name of the one after Haunting of Hill House, but I've seen a couple of them, and I really, really
Midnight
like his
Mass?
work. I have to see Midnight Mass. I started it and I never finished it. I don't know why. I don't know. Don't ask me. Don't ask me. Life gets hectic. But
happens.
same here. Same
but
here.
I ate up Fall of House of Usher last year, and I love when a director has religious trauma because it really just kind of enriches the material, because horror, like especially like supernatural horror, is so deeply rooted most of the time in religion, and it becomes very critical of that religion. Oh man, you can get some really, really, really good commentary with that kind of perspective. So I'm here for the Catholic guilt. I'm here for the twists and turns and the brutal like jump scares that this stupid this dude that I love and hate is known for doing, because the Fall of House of Usher, yeah, that it got me. It got me good. It got me good. I was alone in my apartment and I had to turn on all the lights because it was very late at night and I had to go and leave my bedroom, and I was like, oh no, I'm going to see that thing in the corner. So, having said that, I think this has potential to be some very, very good horror and something just really, really cool. Not just cool looking, but in a story that has the potential to live up to the original. Because, and this is just something my dad that grew up in that era and saw The Exorcist like opening weekend in the 70s, I think it was. And he also grew up Catholic, no longer Catholic. Very, very interesting point of view. The Exorcist was very controversial within the church, extremely controversial, and I think it has the potential to have that sauce again. I think it really does, and I think it's something that the genre, I think, should welcome with open arms. And that's what I have to say about that.
Colby says Mike Flanagan hasn't missed. In the heat of battle, he don't miss. And look,
Yeah.
he ain't wrong. Everything I've
No,
seen by
I
Flanagan,
gotta watch
fantastic.
Midnight Mass, man. I think that's the one, and I think that's the one I've heard the best things about is Midnight Mass. Even though I love Haunting of Hill House, and nothing has lived up to that quite yet, because it's just so, to me, so peak.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think
Dragon
Midnight Mass
Movie
is
Guy
definitely
thought The Fall of the House of Usher was about the singer.
Oh my god! I thought it was about Usher. Yeah, I thought about R&B Usher.
Yeah. But you know, Ileana, I gotta say, I'm with you because I was late to the party. But man, when I watched that one scene, the one scene at Haunting Hill House, I was, oh, son of a bitch, motherfucker, in the middle of the night. The house was sleeping.
Yeah.
I was like cursing myself out.
At night. Oh
I
my
wasn't
God.
ready. I was not ready. But Leo,
Mhm.
I know you were a fan before I was, man. Do you think the Exorcist franchise is tired, or are you interested because of the talent behind the helm?
Oh man, I hated that old Exorcist believer or whatever. Last one we got, I hated it, man. Listen, here's the thing. Here's the thing that happened. It was like it actually was on a decent track until they were like, "Let's unite the horror Avengers and go up into the house and try to." I was like, "This is getting really goofy, man."
That was goofy as fuck. To
Yeah,
take your
horror
words.
It's getting real goofy, man. For an Exorcist movie, the first one is like it's a little girl who's taken over by a demon, and they're trying to exorcise it out. I'm like, what are we doing? Bringing Rosa from the Catholic Church and Diane,
And then we got,
from the
and then we got the
Baptist Church.
voodoo
Like,
doctor.
what are we
We got the
doing,
voodoo doctor, and it was just
right?
like,
We
wait,
got
what?
the voodoo lady doing her little witch magic. We got the pastor. We got father from over at
Feels
the
like
Catholic
the setup to a bad joke.
I was like, this is goofy. So, okay, hot take. I'm just on them tonight. My favorite Flanagan project from the shows has been Haunting of Bly Manor. Just by a little bit.
It's a
I really
good
like Hill House.
one.
I really like Hill House a lot. It's like right up under. But every single one he's done amazing. I still got to watch Midnight Mass as well. I
Leo and
like
I gotta
Midnight
watch
Club. I think it is kind of the weakest of the shows he's done, Midnight Club. And then I really
Is that the one with the kids?
yeah, where the kids are like doing the
I
dream
didn't care
stuff.
for that
I was
one.
like, okay, this is okay.
I didn't finish
I
it.
really, really, really loved. He redeemed himself with the last one, Follow the House of Usher. I was like, this is another level, man. I think
The
that right there
mirror death.
was that. Oh yeah. Oh my god. Every single one, I was just like,
Crazy.
how's that sibling gonna die? I was like, okay, this one's dead. By the way, Mark Hamill, great performance, but like fantastic.
Wonderful.
Show,
Wonderful.
man.
What
Yes.
a good
Oh,
cast.
good, man. I mean, it had a loaded cast, and I think if anybody's going to bring back a horror franchise, you get this guy who's had hit after hit after hit with the shows. He'll know what to do with the movie, especially a franchise like this that needs saving. I'm sorry, the ending sucked. I'm sorry. I know we've seen kids die in movies before, whatever. I just don't like the fact that we had to pick one girl over the other. I would not like the other turn out a lot more, but I'm just saying. I hate the we had to pick one girl and the other one dies. I hate that.
I want to say what's up to Mani. Welcome to the chat.
What up, Mani?
She agrees with you, Leo. She has complete confidence in Mr. Flanagan and his work.
Yes, sir.
And I would like to second that, even though I honestly think the demonic possession thing's getting a little tired. We're getting a lot of it. I mean, we literally had the first Omen and Immaculate in theaters this year.
It's a lot.
So it's just a tired genre for me, but I will be seated for Mr. Flanagan. So
especially that this is a radical new take. I'm like, okay, it sounds like he's gonna do something great.
Oh,
I
for
hope so.
sure.
I
I
really hope
just
so.
know. I'm sorry. I just know the Pope gonna say something. Like that's how. If it's a radical new take, I'm like, if the Vatican doesn't put out a statement, it's not good enough.
Right. He's gonna stir the pot. He's gonna stir the pot for sure.
Obviously hyperbole, but if it happens, I said it first.
All right, Shell. This is interesting, guys. Mahershala Ali joins Scarlett Johansson in Gareth Edwards' upcoming Jurassic World film. There's also a lot of other names circling around, maybe Coleman Domingo, but nothing's confirmed. But this is interesting, guys. So this makes me think, and we've kind of beat this joke to the dead as hell before, but is Blade coming out, guys? Like, what's going on here? Blade is going through a whole new rewrite. Mahershala Ali's doing Jurassic World of all things. Like, what is going on here? And look, we talked about this when we announced Gareth Edwards signing on as director. And look, I think the Jurassic Park franchise is tired, but maybe they bring me back. I don't know. Leo, is Blade happening? What is going on?
So I definitely think it's happening because they still don't have that script locked and they still haven't started shooting. And this is already currently shooting. So I think Blade's going to still happen with him. I just think what clarification we need is how big is this role? How much time is it going to take? When the heck is Blade going to be done? Because it's going through a whole nother round of rewrites. I'm like,
but Leo, Leo, aren't they shooting for 2025? Like, this sounds like they're really cutting it close, right? Like,
Man, they ain't about to come out with this shit in 2025. They're not. 2026, man. It'll be their first movie in like March or some shit.
I hope so.
Because I'm like, I know good and well they're not going to have this done. They're not. They're not going to have it done by November 2025. Nope.
But and Monty agrees. Monty thinks the Jurassic World film series is tired as hell.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know what?
I mean, yeah.
Speaking of this, just the casting, great cast. I mean, get Mahershala Ali up in there. We got Scarlett Johansson in this cast. We got some names coming through. Okay. Ileana, now hold on. I love Marriage Story
now. No. Don't get me wrong. It's just weird. It's just, why are we getting these names?
Yeah, and it's
for Jurassic World.
Yeah, they need to reboot or something. Can we just throw a grenade in the middle and restart the franchise again? I hope that's what this is.
You just missed an opportunity to say throw a meteor at it. Thank you, sir.
Oh, poor little dinos.
Oh no, I think what was the name of the last one? Something
Dominion.
Dominion,
and it wasn't even about damn dinosaurs. It was about locusts.
It was
I swear this movie better not have a single bug. It's one bug. I'm walking out.
Stupid,
it's about grasshoppers. Low.
If I see one beetle, I'm walking out.
No, it's gonna be about a pandemic. Watch.
Oh my god! Don't will that into existence, Ileana. Don't put that dark magic on me.
No, I'll take that back. I take that back. No, because they are completely 100% capable of doing that.
Oh man. And G Colby says there hasn't been a great Jurassic Park film since the first. And you know what? I think more or less that's a true statement, but I did like Jurassic World. The first one.
Lost World got Julianne Moore. Okay, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and Vince Vaughn.
And Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn was great.
Lost World has its moments. Lost World, I really like the scene with not the train, the trailer.
The trailer
scene. That's a great scene. To me, it's an iconic scene.
Dude, when she's on the glass and like the glass is slowly breaking.
That's to me an iconic scene. And I think the first two Jurassic Parks are, excellent. Because I think the issue with these Jurassic World movies is that they misunderstand Jurassic Park. These are creature features. Agreed. They are horror movies, just in a different package. But it's a creature feature with some horror elements, which is what makes the first one and the second one so great.
Got that goofy ass dream sequence in the third one.
No, and you know what's so silly, and what I hope.
Like, the fuck is a dinosaur doing?
Man, I don't like thinking about that one. But
that honestly, look, no offense to Joe Johnston, because I like Joe Johnston, but yeah, 3 kind of got campy. It got a little campy.
It was a little freaky. Who was gonna match our freak? But
what's up, Jason Carson? Welcome to the chat. He says Blade was the first movie he ever saw in theaters.
Hey,
damn shame what's happening.
Yeah, but you know what? Let him cook. Maybe
let him cook. You know what?
Alan.
Here's how I feel. I must feel like, okay, so let me just Google something real quick. So Mahershala Ali, how old is he now?
Oh man, he's pushing 50, isn't he?
Yeah, he's 50 years old exact.
Okay.
So okay, look at Hugh Jackman. He's coming back as Wolverine. He's over 50. Like, I just don't think it's like he's run out of gas, and I don't know that.
I think
Blade
with
is
enough
a
sunscreen and training
on for another 30 years. You know what I mean? Just for him. I don't know. They might be bringing in Blade for Blade the movie, Secret Wars, and a series. Okay, that's not a lot in the grand scheme of things. That might be having him for about 9 years. Well, I think he's going to pull up the stunts.
When they announced it, right? And if they could have gotten it out sooner, I mean, maybe we could have got, like you said, we could have got Midnight Suns, maybe. But I don't know. I feel like the window is starting to close on what we do with him,
That was announced in like 2019, dude. I'm like, come on.
Yeah. It's insane.
We all cheered.
Pre-pandemic, baby.
Man, that was the last good Hall H, wasn't it?
No. The Black Panther 2 one was Phantasmo.
When was that one? Oh, wait.
Yeah. 5 and 6. And
Yeah. I forgot about that.
Real quick, guys, let's jump back to the MCU here for a moment. I don't even have a caption for it because wrong click.
You're fine.
This kind of is self-explanatory, but right. Ryan Reynolds himself revealed a little silly little teaser, and this is the official popcorn bucket for Deadpool and Wolverine. Insert your jokes here. Sound off.
Insert.
Yo, I mean, look, it's no Dune bussy, but it's definitely
straight to
provocative.
jail.
It's trying. But you know
I don't
what?
want to see a single person with this popcorn bucket. If you don't have popcorn in the bucket, you're going to jail.
Leo, you don't like your
doing with that
popcorn
bucket
with
in the jail,
tongue?
buddy?
Straight to jail. I can see the images
Straight
right
to
now. And I
jail.
don't want to.
Bucket, jail.
Listen, I know somebody
Mike
who
said
would
no
love
teeth. He's a pro.
this.
Ooh!
Yo. Okay, here's my thing. Look, I know Deadpool's rated R. I get it. And I know that Deadpool, that's what he does. He makes
Raunchy.
these jokes. But yo, I mean, come on, man. Like, what if a kid's like, oh, I want the Wolverine bucket? Like, oh, I want the bucket with the big mouth.
But guess what? Kids shouldn't be in there. That's mom and
you know
dad's
what? Can I
fault.
ask
You
y'all
know
something?
parents are gonna take them though.
Oh, of course they are.
Along the lines of Deadpool 3, do you guys think they're going to release a PG-13 cut? Because they did that with the second one. Remember they came out with the little Christmas
Oh.
edition? I was
think-
I wonder if they'll do that with 3.
I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm curious on like you know because if it makes enough money, maybe they won't need to, but maybe they do that to boost numbers if their numbers aren't where they want it. I could see
Yeah,
that.
throw
Maybe
it on
so,
Disney
but 2
Plus.
was like a high
Every
number.
beep, they censor every like cuss word with like a silly little like fart sound or something.
Have you seen 2, the PG-13 cut?
No.
I didn't watch it. I mean, like I think they did like a Christmas, like a Princess Bride thing, right?
Yeah, so
Where he
there's
had the
like they were
book and-
like kind of inserting certain things to like block out some scenes and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it was like it wasn't
Was
that
alright.
bad. Like it might be good for the teeny boppers and stuff. Because they can't watch Deadpool, you know, the teens and stuff. They can't.
This
Like
damn
Deadpool's
chat.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not putting my hand in Logan's mouth. I'm sorry. No, thank you.
But you know what? You know, Leo.
The image.
Gag.
Man, you know who would love this bucket more?
Wait, what?
Have you not seen? Wait, Happy Pride Month, y'all. By the way, it's June.
Pride Month.
Have you not seen people are shipping Wolverine and Morph?
Oh no,
Oh,
I haven't.
yeah.
That's
Well,
just
the last episode of 97, I was like, oh, Morph spilling some tea.
Plus, there's some. I like it though. I like it.
You know what's
There's-
interesting?
there's
I've never
rich
thought of
in
it that way because I know Logan is just so loyal to his friends, but you know, I could see it a little bit. I could see it a little bit.
I can
feel.
see a little something happening because Logan is. It would not surprise me if Logan were queer or pansexual. Like Logan's just kind of that kind of guy. Ay, Cristo amado. The power of Christ compels you. Bring back the Exorcist.
Bonk,
Won't go.
bonk, bonk.
No,
Bonk.
no.
Okay, that's
No.
it.
Okay, no, that's
Next
good,
slide.
that's good. This is a family
We-
program.
We have run this course, so that bucket has
No,
happened.
popcorn with tongue.
All right, guys. So me and Leo touched on this last week, but it is official now. And I gotta say, hats off to the marketing for this, because I just think that the suspense that we were in with them slowly revealing each name throughout the day, and it was like, oh, this person's in the movie, this person's in the movie. It's like, whoa. So now we have it. This is the main core of the cast right now: Kerry Washington, Mila Kunis, Glenn Close, and Jeremy Renner. And I just realized I put Cailee Spaeny in there and I didn't picture Mila Kunis. Whatever. That's a whole different editing thing. But you know, I kind of hear both sides here. I've heard some people saying there's a little bit lack of diversity and this and that, but I mean, this is a solid cast. I don't know if it's better than any of the first two, but I mean, Leo, how do you feel about it?
I don't know why G. Kobe trying to get the chat to gang bang the damn Wolverine bucket.
Not the Wolbussy.
Well, I gotta agree with the comments where we're a little copy paper here. I think that the other cast,
Xerox.
yeah, 6F. I just think that we're a little. See, you get it, Ileana. We're a little white, but this isn't the full cast yet. So I think there's going to be more castings to happen. But I love seeing Kerry Washington a part of it. But I just think of the last few casts, and there are quite a few diverse characters. I was like, okay, especially the second one, I feel like, they had more diverse.
Yeah, because they had Leslie Odom and Janelle
Leslie
Monáe.
Odom, and then
Janelle Monáe.
Henwick.
Jessica Henwick.
Yeah. So there was quite a few characters of color in that one. I wanted to see a little bit more, but we only 4 roles in. Oh, and Mila Kunis, we're 5 roles in. So it's like, okay. Why did they? Thank you, Novice Cinephile in the chat for the reminder. Did not want them to cast Mila Kunis.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
I think that was the bombshell. Like that was like the oh no.
That's what got people really fucking disappointed, including me.
Yeah. And look, like I get being loyal to your friends, but there are just some stances you do not take.
Look at Seth Rogen with James Franco. He was like, nope, we ain't friends.
Yeah. No, and I appreciate that because it seemed very genuine that Seth Rogen was like, yeah, I don't fuck with that. Like,
yep, no. I think it's having character. It's having a spine, and did not really put a damper.
So Aaron Ashton could just get booted out of Hollywood for all I care.
I'm gonna say this right now. I love Monty, and you guys got to check out her podcast. She has a podcast we've been meaning to watch. Check her out.
Great podcast.
Great podcast. But I love Monty because she will tell it how it is. So she's telling us some people should not be here. Why is Jeremy Renner here? And she's been begging for Nicole Bahar to be in one of these movies forever, and I love it. Thank you, Monty. I agree. I hope they do kind of like mix things up a little. I mean, and I hope it's not basic like Pedro Pascal and somebody, but I do hope they kind of mix it up a little.
So let me ask y'all, when I saw Mahershala Ali cast, I thought it was in this, and I was like, ah! And then I was like,
oh, damn.
Oh, that would have been cool.
I was like, oh my God, he's in a
man, you know what would have been good? Coleman Domingo. We could have had so many really, really good actors in this, and we got the rape apologist and a guy who's got abuse allegations against him. Like, goddamn, what the hell?
Hold on, we do have Glenn Close and Kerry Washington.
Yeah, she's cool.
And up and comer.
And I really like Cailee Spaeny.
Yeah, Cailee Spaeny. Why did I want to say Katie Spaeny? Cailee Spaeny. He's really, I like those 3 picks. I like those 3.
Yeah, for sure.
Allow me to say this. I wouldn't have minded if it was Meryl Streep instead of Glenn Close. But she's busy.
Hello, Hiller, of course.
She's busy on Only Murders, though.
Good for her. That's fun. That's a fun time.
Oh yeah,
her and Martin Short look like they're a little item in real life.
Ooh.
Oh my God, yeah! Aren't they both married too? That's
they've been coming up out of dinners together and stuff. I'm like,
I love it.
Old people getting in scandals. Look at them go.
And look, I'm holding out hope, but man, I really wanted to see Io in this. That would have been cool.
Yeah, that would have been great, man. I feel like she's so busy. It might be hard to lock her down.
That's true.
Would have been a great
but we'll see.
cast.
We're not quite done, but I feel like this is definitely. Would you guys say this is like the worst cast of the 3?
It's not filled out yet.
To be determined. But so far, no, there's some icky picks here.
If you told me this was like it, I'd be like, yeah, definitely.
Weak. Yeah. But we'll see. I really hope that I doubt it, but I hope like the pushback with like in particular Mila Kunis, like damn, like
yeah,
just not. I don't think it's something to support.
Here's a couple that I saw on a post that I shared. This list is actually from G. Kobe here, who said Oscar Isaac could be in the cast. Regina Hall,
for sure.
Io was on his list. Vincent D'Onofrio, Aubrey Plaza. I'm like, man,
oh wow,
great names.
I would love to see Oscar.
Patel was on another comment. Dev Patel.
Freaking Jennifer Coolidge could have been on this cast.
Oh, man.
We're basically just putting a White Lotus season 3 together.
Lizzie Olsen. Take out Jeremy Renner. If we want to get a Marvel, get Elizabeth Olsen in this. Get
That would've been
old
cool.
Renner's ass
so
up
many
outta
better
here.
actors that we could have gotten, and we had to choose some pretty
Ugh,
white people.
I like Regina Hall and Oscar Isaac. That would be cool.
Those are some
Regina
good
Hall
names,
is
man.
such a queen.
Great names. Somebody dropped Bryan
I would say
Cranston.
before we get out of here, Leo, because we did shows of the week without you. Did you watch anything interesting this week? Any movies or shows?
Yes, I watched Star Wars: The Acolyte. Great show so far, guys. I'm really liking the reincorporation of the Jedis, and what I like about this era is that we get to see the Jedi code and order in like a different light, in the sense that it feels different than the modern Jedi order that we saw in the prequels. Like, I like that there's some differences, and this conflict that's going on between Amanda Stenberg, she's playing two characters, two twins. There's kind of this like mystery thriller thing going on. I'm really digging that's happening too. I'm really liking it so far. Maybe my favorite Star Wars project since Mando season 2 so far. I'm about 3 episodes in, but I'm like, I ain't really felt this like gripped to Star Wars since like Mando season 2.
Wow.
Wait. So this over Andor too?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh yeah. Since
Andor was
elite.
Andor was good, man.
Andor, man. I'm 2 episodes away from being done with that, and I'm like, woo! This damn Andor, man. I'm like, I'm really liking that show a lot. I'm like, we got to get more stories like this in the Star Wars world, where like it feels so self-contained, and it's just such a cool change of genre. And I'm like, dude, Andy Serkis, get this guy in way more shit.
Yes,
like,
I mean, like, we kind of talked ad nauseum about his
face.
mocap, but he's a really good actor even outside of all that.
Phenomenal.
Great actor outside of the mocap stuff. I'm like, get this guy in way more roles. Really,
honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I was sad to see his claw go, because he was great as Ulysses Claw.
So quickly, so
awesome.
sad. And then I had another watch. Finally got through Hitman. Oh my goodness!
Ooh,
what a great movie.
Yeah,
right. It's on Netflix already, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it either is or it drops Friday. But man, really good.
I gotta watch it.
A lot. Here's a warning: a lot more sexual than I thought. I was like, wow. We get really sexy up in here, man. There's a lot of sexy in this movie.
But is it like Idea of You? Like Spice?
Is it what?
Idea of You? Did you watch that one? The Anne Hathaway like rom-com?
I haven't watched it yet.
Spicy.
That's on Amazon, ain't it?
It's on Prime Video. Yeah, I liked it. It was very spicy though.
Yeah,
spicy, huh?
There was a couple scenes I was like, good God. But you know what? I really like
there
that
he is.
one. And yeah, there we go. Novice Cinephile.
Bonk.
Another good week of watches.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh my God, I forgot. I also started The Bear.
I'm liking it so far.
I love it. I'm living for it. I decided to put it on with my grandmother in the room.
Was Grandma feeling it?
She was feeling it. My grandma's from the Bronx.
Okay. Grandma's from where?
She's from the Bronx. She's born in the Bronx, so it's okay.
Sandwiches.
She was a little scandalized. She was like, "Oh my God, they're so rough with each other. They're so intense." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's the industry." She's like, "Wow." Why he keeps yelling, cousin? Why he keeps yelling? Why does he keep yelling, cousin? I'm like, well, they're just mad. They're just
come on, cousin. I'm like, these guys are.
I'm like,
verbally.
I think I'm like 2 or 3 episodes in. I watched a couple with my grandma. It's good. So that's.
Hey, I knew he was real when he pulled the gun out for the line of the riot outside. I was like, yo,
first
this guy's
episode.
Unhinged.
All right, you Snyder Cut motherfuckers. And I was like, yeah, I'm here. I'm strapped in. So
hey, I was gonna say, enjoy the journey, because I also was late to the party, but I just finished it a few months ago. It's awesome.
So
I'm trying to catch up. So I want to catch up to like House of the Dragon and The Bear, because their new seasons are coming out soon. And I just saw that season 2 of Arcane got announced to release this November.
Yeah,
delicious. Hell yeah.
The Bear, so good. Yeah, it's
very exciting times. And then this month is gonna be chock full of really good shows.
The Boys, The Bear, Star Wars,
Dragon.
Huh?
House of the Dragon.
House of the Dragon. Oh,
Gonna
God.
be. I think this is the month for TV. I think.
I was gonna say, like, because me and Leo earlier, me and Ileana were talking about how bad the box office was this weekend, and it's like it's not gonna get any better. People are gonna be staying home.
They're gonna be
They're
like,
gonna be
I gotta
staying
watch
home,
the
saving
Bear.
some money, and watching TV. Watching
Yeah,
good
they'll be watching
TV.
The Acolyte. Yeah, people will be seated in their couches.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm worried about Bad Boys. Ride or
Oh, yeah.
Die at the box office. I'm like, ooh, I don't know. That's
I
what
don't
you
know.
will.
Is that
That's this
what's
weekend,
the
right?
date on that? Is that this week or next?
I think it's this week coming up.
Okay, well, I'm here
Yeah,
for it.
June 5th.
I've always loved that franchise. So
Same, man, but I'm worried.
yeah, no, I hear you, and especially, I mean, look, I love Will Smith, but after all that controversy, we'll see if it affects his box office draw. You know,
Damn, Oscar slap, man, done got his ass. People done got him like,
Bit much, man.
the
Just-
world turned on him so quickly.
People have forgotten, or not forgotten, but like let go of it by now, surely, because
Well,
I'm sorry,
maybe.
he didn't slap a baby. This was not that serious.
And Chris Rock been milking that damn cow as much as he can.
And Chris Rock is
Hey,
not
to be fair
been
though, I did like
problematic.
because he didn't say shit until his special. So
I will say this though, that old Red Table Talk, Will was getting cooked on the regular on that show. Cooked.
Good lord. No, that whole family, I genuinely sometimes they have their Kardashian moments. Like there's drama. They got, I don't know. I think at any point in time, rich people are gonna rich people. They just got nothing. They gotta. What's that old song? I can inventar no drama.
What was that little quote? What did she say? Entanglement.
The entanglements, yeah.
She's in that
Well,
entanglement.
they're gonna entangle the box office this weekend. We'll see
Oh.
about that. I don't know. I'm not a Bad Boys truther. I genuinely don't remember if I've seen the movies. So maybe, yeah, I know.
not even one or two. Those are classics.
Probably the first one, maybe, but I don't remember
Probably
the second one. I don't remember genuinely. I don't think it was on.
Motherfucker, you look 30. See, you don't know that.
Chitty
No.
chitty bang bang.
No, see, I don't know it. Yep, no, I'm not I'm not the audience. I don't think.
Hey,
One of those.
hey, when
things.
Marlon Lawrence was like, "You smoke that shit."
Oh, damn,
Are you
maybe
a
I do
virgin?
have to watch it.
It better stay that way.
Better stay that way.
Good lord, no. I'm reading the chat and I was like, no, Colby, I do not know. I am.
Will was like, "Can you
but,
fight?"
No. I am
He's
ignorant.
taking my niece out. I need to know if he could fight.
Good lord.
Wow, Mike, I will be seated at home watching all this
Bridgerton
damn
Part
show.
2 next week, baby. Time to sit down and watch some trash.
Y'all can hit the skip button on that damn Bridgerton, can't you? Go
No,
watch
man.
Bad Boys, man. That old Bridgerton, man.
That's
Wait, hold up. Isn't
Bridgerton's
Bridgerton also very spicy?
it's not as spicy as it thinks it is. Let's
I
start
Oh.
there.
don't know about Bridgerton.
So it's mostly yearning.
Yeah, it's yearny. It's got some rom-com elements. Like, it's fun. I think it's just funky. What is very interesting to me is that I read the book. Like, I'm not a fan of, like, I haven't read the books until now. I read the Penelope and Colin book last week. It boggles my mind how a live-action adaptation of a book is more compelling than the book. That's insane to me. The show is far more interesting.
Insurgent.
So hold on. Is this like Jane Austen adjacent?
No, they want to be, but they not. No,
Okay, so it's not
very-
exactly.
No. It's very much like it is cotton candy writing. It's just very, very easy to digest. I read it in like less.
I was
it's
like,
very
what
fluffy.
do you mean by that? I thought
Yeah,
you
it's
liked
very
this
fluffy.
show.
Fluffy.
I do,
Ah.
but I know what it is. It's fluff. It is
Okay.
candy.
Okay.
Like,
So
it's
you know
not,
what So you know what it
literally
is, but you're eating it up.
I'm eating it up because you know what? Sometimes you need something light.
It's just
You know, you can't-
romantic little
It's just funky. I do like that we have a, let's say, plus size or curvy protagonist this season, and we're getting that representation. And people, basically more my shape and other shapes are seeing themselves be represented and as something attractive and romantic without having to have that, like, oh, she has to lose weight to glow up or whatever. Like, I like that element of it, and I think that's really important. And I think we all deserve to see ourselves in a silly little romance. It's still good, it's still entertaining, and I don't know, I really like Nicola. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. I think it's Klon, or I'm terrible at pronouncing Irish last names. I'm so sorry, Nicola, but she's a great actress. Yeah.
Playing Penelope
I
Featherington.
think she's funny. I think she's just really funny, and she plays that role so well. And I do like how spicy it gets. And
I was gonna say, I saw a scene where like some dude was like putting his hand up her dress. Was that her?
Yeah. Yes, it was.
I was like, what's going on? Four things?
And that's how the 4th episode ends, dude. That's the cliffhanger.
Okay.
I don't think that's spicy
shit in the carriage.
Okay.
They do spicy shit in the carriage, but again, it's not as spicy as it could
In the
be.
carriage?
Yes, in a moving carriage. And of course, you have to suspend belief for a minute here, because she has her moments. I'm like, girl, that's not real. That's not how women work. But good for you.
With the rhythm of the gallop, you probably have something going on. You have something going on.
Perhaps, but
Parking in that little garage, ain't he?
a little bit. But I gotta give it to the Bridgerton writing team. They are carrying the weight of this little world, because the book is not given.
Damn.
How rude, sir.
Oh my
I'm down.
God. I'm
hip. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I just want some good spice, okay?
No, Idea of You is way spicier. For sure. Like, Bridgerton is spicy, but it's kind of spicy in a way that's, I guess, palatable for a mass audience, which is fine.
Like the hit slipping the hand up under the dress. That's kind of like
no,
okay,
but yeah,
that's not bad. It's like okay,
no, but there's more after that. That's not the end of the scene. We get to see the whole thing flesh out. If you will.
Appreciate your passion for this series, Ilya. You were
no,
defending it with your whole chest.
It is this season specifically because you know what? The curvy girls got the sauce, and I appreciate the representation. So that's that on that.
Remember, her name is Penelope Featherington. Get it right?
Yeah.
So fun.
The curvy girls got the sauce. Thank you.
Penelope Featherington.
Listen, she does. She really does.
Haseth the sauceth. Because don't that take place in the 1800s or something?
Something like that.
Yes. Actually, there's a whole lot of Napoleon. Technically, with the period, if I'm not mistaken, the time this is taking place, Napoleon's waging war on Europe right now, and nobody gives a shit. Everyone's pretending everything's fine. We're just with this drama with the Todd and everything, and everyone's doing hand stuff in the carriage, and Napoleon's taking over Europe in the background, which is my favorite ridiculous.
Meanwhile, we having tea and cucumber sandwiches and shit.
Of course,
hanging out.
They don't acknowledge it in the show, but they do in the book. So Colin, the guy, he travels a lot, and he's like, oh, I had to come back because the war.
They don't mention it in the show.
They really don't. But it's so sad because the book, the show has other characters, and it has more diversity and all this and that, and we can actually have these B plots happening, and to me they're interesting. I think they're fun. We don't have any of that in the book. It's just really straightforward fluff. There's some spice, and then it ends really anticlimactically, and I was really disappointed. But yeah, we've gone off the Bridgerton rail here. But yeah, part 2 is next week. We'll see how it Yeah. Anyways, that's these rich people. And you know what's very accurate? Lord
Right.
Worldwide.
I don't get the reference. I don't know if you get the joke.
Yeah, Mr. Worldwide, Pitbull,
Yes.
and Lord Worldwide.
No, because this show is also known for basically covering pop songs into like a violin cover.
Yeah,
Oh
they're covering
my
Pitbull's
God.
song.
Full song on the violin.
Well, hold up. So this classic
What?
Yes.
era
Wait,
has
wait, wait.
Pitbull in it.
Wait,
Yes.
which song? Which song we talking about?
It's ridiculous. I don't remember. Hold on.
I'm
Wait, hold
looking
on.
this up.
Give me a second. Give me a
Oh,
second.
man.
Pitbull, Bridgerton. I mean, shit. They had like some Sia songs too.
Oh shit! Give me.
They had
everything.
Ariana
What's
Grande. They had Give Me Everything.
A Vitamin String Quartet is dope. I like Vitamin String Quartet.
No, I love. There was a time where I think it was during season 1 or 2 where a lot of people were like, there's this content creator here in PR. His name's Christian Bob. He started doing Bad Bunny covers if Bad Bunny was in Bridgerton, and it went like super viral here and in Latin America. So yeah, Bridgerton is known for covering some wacky like pop songs with their violin quartet, and it's fun. It's very silly. Shonda Rhimes really, cranks up the silly factor here.
Okay, I can hear. I hear it. The little "Give Me Everything" little.
Mhm,
I'm
mhm,
down.
mhm,
I'm
mhm.
vibing.
It's a goofy show, but
Thanks for joining
it's
us,
fun.
Dragon Movie Guy.
Thank you, Dragon Movie Guy. Good seeing you.
Thanks for coming.
All right, y'all. Another great week. Another
Hell
great
yeah.
show. Loretta, what you got coming up on your platforms, my friend?
All right. Y'all can follow me on Twitter and Letterboxd at Marcellus Durden. I'm getting better at that. I'm a proud editor, reviewer, and critic for The Cinema Spot. Follow us on all socials at The Cinema Spot and check us out on thecinemasspot.com. It's June. We are covering the Tribeca New York Film Festival virtually. Obviously, not a lot of us won't be able to go to New York, but we will be covering some of the films there. Just keep an eye out for coverage for that. I just wrote a review for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and I'm actually a little late, but I am going to drop my Furiosa review this weekend. So keep an eye out for that and a lot of other great editorials and reviews on thecinemasspot.com.
Cinemaspot.com, baby.
Live long and prosper. Star Trek forever.
Liliana, what you got coming up? Where can the people find ya?
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd at Captain Melendez. And here every Sunday on Geekly Goods Live. I'm also the president of the Puerto Rico Critics Association. So we got some fun stuff coming up very soon over there. And yeah, let's keep watching movies, watching things, and reading books. I think I'm gonna be reading more books now.
Did Leo freeze?
I think so. I'm just here alone on the screen. Hi guys. This isn't awkward at all.
At any
We
rate,
love whales.
yes, we love whales. Thanks to everybody in the chat. We had a great time too, you guys. Colby, Mike, appreciate you guys.
Subscribe. Come back every Sunday.
Yes, please like and subscribe down below. We do this every Sunday night. Until then, where is the exit video? Live long and prosper, guys. Have a good night.